What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to CRÜZR Radio Episode 12. I'm your host, Wesley Hill, joined with my co-host, Mr. Hunter Harris, founder Chad Rice on the mic tonight, and our special guest this week, Mr. Tj Carver. TJ had the awesome opportunity last year and this year to go out west and get an over-the-counter tag to go elk hunting. And on top of that, we're going to learn a little bit of background of who he is and what he does for a living. And on top of that, Hunter and Chad go in deep about what it's like trapping. So let's get into it. Well, what's up, guys?
What's
up, Wesley?
Not much. Hunter, thank you for joining us. Chad, pleasure as always. And our special guest this week, Mr. Tj Carver. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good,
Tired,
dude. Yeah,
but good.
I think we're all a little tired.
Yeah, man. We've been pulling like 12-hour days in the shop trying to get caught up on these Black Friday orders.
Yeah,
it's been
hectic.
We did a week long, so we didn't do Black Friday last year, and we did one this year, but we decided to do it a week long sale. So yeah, thanks to all the customers and the people listening if you bought one. But it was
it's been a lot of work. We're still not done either.
No, we're still trying to catch up, man.
Yeah.
And we shipped out like 500 packages in the last 4 days.
Yeah.
Dang.
Whew. Yeah.
We've been averaging like 120 to 140 a day, something like that.
It's been a grind. We've been working 12-hour days. I've been trying to show season's coming up, so I've been trying to get ready for that. So
yeah, it's been wild. It's honestly pretty crazy because it's like it's been nonstop. And I know the moment we get through this, it's going to continuously be nonstop. So we're just all gearing up.
Yeah. But
heck yeah, dude.
So no hunting for us this past week. What about you, TJ? You been in the woods?
I went out this weekend a little bit. Life's been hectic, so I haven't been able to go out as much as I would like to, but
Heard that.
Yeah.
been trying to make time. So a couple times. I tried to go this morning, but I just had this like nasally chest thing, and I said I don't want to push it. I'd rather just sleep today. And
you know what? I woke up at 3:30 this morning, and every intention to go hunt, and then I was just realized how much I had to do at work. So I was like, forget it.
Dude, that's literally been me for like the past 3 weeks. I've been getting up in the mornings like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go hunt, and then I wake up like that's my full intention is I'm gonna be in the woods 4 a.m. and then I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, man, I could really go back to sleep right now and get like 2 more hours.
8 more minutes.
That's how I've been too.
Oh, dude, it's been terrible, man.
Slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a rough season so far.
I don't know though. TJ said he's had some action a little bit, but
you've had some good action.
I've had a little bit of action.
Hey, TJ, why don't you do us a favor and just kind of introduce yourself and kind of how we all know each other? So
Okay. It's my first time meeting Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Nice
for
to
real?
meet you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
First time.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
We're like best friends now.
I mean, I feel like I know him because y'all have talked about him so much.
Good things.
Good things.
by the way.
I hope so.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sort of.
No, I know Chad and his wife through church. I'm on the worship team at church, so
Yeah.
Oh, slap at a bass player.
yes, sir.
Slap at the best.
Someone's got to lay it down, so
Yes,
why
sir.
not me?
Funky beats.
And then I met Wes, same church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Was it College Life or was it Tribe?
I can't remember because I remember. Let's see, what
I
year
met
did you
I
graduate?
met you in College Life for the first time because me and Christina were helping David and Kenzie
Yeah.
run it, or not run it, but help.
Organize.
Yeah, I think I was doing sound or something.
Yeah.
But
Turntables.
DJ Chad.
No, I do. I know. Actually,
Chatty Daddy. Chatty Daddy.
I was also on the worship team, but behind the scenes,
Yeah. On the other side of the
doing
wall.
the sound.
You need those guys.
That's the most important part.
It
I
is.
agree, man.
Otherwise,
Yeah, literally.
you don't sound very good unless you got a good sound guy.
No, that is very accurate. Dude, I can't remember when we first met because we knew each other kind of when we were in high school. Like I knew of you because you went to Baxter, right?
No.
Where did you go?
He didn't even go to Cookville.
All over the place. Yeah, I'm not from Cookville.
When did you move to Cookville then?
August of 2017.
Okay, so it was literally right after we graduated.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You probably started going to College Life.
I don't know. I was smoking a lot of weed then, to be honest.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I think
man.
we met shortly after that.
Yeah. Honestly, now that it's kind of making sense, I'm pretty sure I went there a couple times because there was a girl I liked that I knew was going there. And I think that's when I saw you. I can't remember.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a wild ride, dude.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we went hunting. What was it? About 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah. We we went to church and then we
Yep.
got on the boat and
Yeah, it took off.
yeah.
Dude, I was telling you about this, but I don't think I told Hunter.
You
When we
didn't?
were riding back that day, what time was it? It was probably like 8 o'clock.
Where were you
7
at?
o'clock.
Cordo?
we went
No.
to Edgar Evans.
Edgar Evans.
Center Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
And,
your boat? Don't
mhm.
you have a boat?
Yeah.
Every time we like put the boat
Like
in
a
the
John
water.
boat or?
Dude, he would try to turn it on and he'd look around. He's like, I promise I'm going to get you home.
Dude, that's never a good sign.
It wouldn't start. And then he's like, he goes, dude, just give it 1 second. It's just warming up.
Got to talk nice to
yeah.
her. You know?
Like, oh my
He's
gosh.
like, come on, baby, you got this. And then finally it started, and then we like took off. But we were like going down the lake, and I don't know if it was just because the wind was swirling or what. But dude, it looked like there was like 100 tornadoes on the lake
That's
just from the
wild.
steam.
From the mist.
Yeah, it was wild.
Was this in the morning time?
No, it was
It was an afternoon.
Late
an afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We got down at dark and so
Yeah.
we rode back in pitch black and
Yeah, that was a good hunt.
That's
it was
fun.
We saw absolutely nothing. Well, no, we saw a coyote.
we saw a coyote.
Yeah, we
we tried
did
to
see
get
that.
it to come in, but
Couldn't get it.
it was a big coyote too.
Yeah, it was a big boy.
Everything's big down there at the lake.
Yeah, it was
we,
a lot of fun though.
we sat over a rub,
Yeah,
a nice rub.
it's like on top of a bench or something.
Yeah,
It's a good little spot. It
there's
was a lot of
nothing.
fun.
I've been reading about quite a few people hunting around the lake this year.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I saw a few comments where some people were like, yeah, it's kind of not great action and a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
So,
I honestly could see that, especially after that.
I've been out there like three or four times this year, and every time it's like, if I'm lucky, I'll
Bone
see
dry.
a doe
yeah.
running.
Yeah,
There is some spots though. Like
There's some spots. I
hot
mean, you got to
spots.
get in deep, but like, yeah, it's
Might be steep or whatever.
I've been waiting for gun season. I'll probably go the last couple of weeks. I'll try and get out there once or twice because they say all those gun hunters push them down near the bank. So you just go set them on a bank somewhere with
Yeah.
your wind going out onto the water. And
that's a good idea.
Just post up in a cove or something.
mm-hmm.
make sure that boat's off. You ain't moving.
Well, I don't think it's gonna turn on. So.
But,
she's an old 89 two-stroke, so you just gotta.
You just gotta love on her.
Yeah, she just needs a little
Treat her
love.
well, and
yeah.
she's just a little pretty princess. And
That's all she is, yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets from point A to point B
Yep. Sometimes.
every time.
It got you there, didn't
Yeah.
it?
And no, it did. It did get me there and back.
Yeah, once it starts, it's good.
Yeah.
Just getting it to start.
She's a little cold natured now.
Well, dude, I hate to bring it up, but I have to. You have seen 2 bucks and had 2 buck opportunities.
Yeah.
And I know it may have not gone well, but I want you to go in and talk about it.
Man, I think that's the joy of bow hunting or the challenge of bow hunting, right?
Yeah.
Is man, you can get them close sometimes, but it's just you just fail.
Yeah.
All the stars got to align. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because if I was out there with a gun, it was during gun season, but I had my bow, and if I had my gun, I'd had 2 decent sized bucks down. So,
Yeah. Well, what's the fun in that, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds like no
Yeah.
fun at all.
Oh,
No, so yeah, so this is my 3rd year hunting. It's probably the most action I've had so far out of all 3 years. I had a nice 7-point come in, and could not get him to take another step. He smelt me, and I was already drawn back, and I had been drawn back for like over a minute by
Is
the
this-
time he worked.
was this on the lease? Or
Yeah, this is on
okay.
our lease.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just came through cruising at like 1:30 in the afternoon. This was another Sunday. I think the
Yeah.
Sunday after we went out. I went to church and then went out to the lease, and he came through at like 1:30, and I knew my wind was going to hit him, and I had a small window, and I just needed one more step, but he stopped, and his vitals were just right behind a tree. I could see his head. I could see his butt, but where I'd want to shoot. And I
Yeah.
contemplated. It felt like an hour, but
Headshot.
do I shoot him in the neck? Yeah.
Well, you definitely didn't.
I did not.
Good.
I didn't
Made
wanna
the
go.
right decision there.
Yeah.
I think, but
I think so. But I was like completely demoralized for the rest of that evening because he took off blowing because I had to let down. There was I was shaking so bad
Yeah.
from holding full draw,
love it.
and so he took off and blew as he was running and blew up the hillside. And I didn't see another deer that night, so I was like, man,
Dang.
You said this is like the most action you've had, but does that correlate to like how much you've been in the woods? Is it like, have you put more time in the stand this year than you have in the previous years, or are you learning
I think I'm
quite
learning
a bit more?
I'm learning for sure. I don't feel like I've gone out as much this year as I have in the years past.
Okay.
Because I graduated in May, and so the past 2 years
Yeah.
I've been in school. So it's very easy to it was very easy to reorganize my schedule and not go to class and go
Yeah.
out into the woods.
Okay.
And so yeah, I feel like I'm just making smarter decisions. Like if the wind's not right, don't go in there.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason in blowing it up.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's good, dude.
yeah.
That's good. What about your other interaction that you had with that? Was it at that 10 point you were telling me about?
Yeah, I don't know how many points
9
he
or
was.
10, something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
was
Dang.
he was a big boy. But same spot on a lease. Doe came through hot, and her tongue was out, mouth open, running. I was like, oh, she's being chased. So I took my bow off. I hooked in, and I could see him coming. He's like 50 yards
Getting
behind
fired
her.
up.
Yeah, I was like,
Ooh.
oh. And I had cleared an extra lane out behind me where that 7 point came in, and so I had an extra opportunity at him because I didn't want what happened to happen again. And he came through, and his tongue was out and mouth open, eyes on the doe, and I drew back and I yelled at him. I was like, Matt.
Oh, he was moving though. Like,
Didn't stop.
Yeah,
No, he was running, and I was like, Matt. Didn't stop again, and I was like, Matt, and just got like louder and
deer.
louder, and I was yelling.
Yeah.
Like if Chad was on the other side, he definitely would have heard me yelling
Yeah.
at this deer and probably would have been like, what is
in
he
the
doing?
world?
Yeah. But that deer did not stop running after that doe, just gone.
Gosh.
And then a little fork came behind him in the same spot, and I was like,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it,
Get him.
but I was like, man, and I like hit my grunt tube and like I just did whatever I could to try and get that
him
deer
to
to just
come back.
at
yeah.
least curious.
Yeah, when they're in that zombie mode.
Oh, dude, when they're full on rutting like that, it's hard to make them turn around to do anything.
It's fun
But
to watch, though.
This lease he's talking about, we're on it together. I got him on there this year because there was an opening, but it's a pretty good lease, man. It's like almost 700 acres. Well, it was at one point. Dude's selling off pieces of it. It's probably like 550, 600 now, but
Still a lot of land.
well, the problem is most of it's like commercial farmland, so it's like huge fields, which, you know, I mean, it's great because the deer have food and stuff, but like most of the wooded area is like pretty darn steep, isn't it, TJ?
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know, but, you know, I've never been on that point you're talking about. I've been close to it, obviously. Turkey hunted up there on the edge of the field. I know the edges of the fields are super thick, but what's it like off that point? Is it super thick or is it like pretty kind of...
It's still fairly thick once you go off that hill. And
Yeah.
then there's a lot of like rock ridges.
Yeah.
So like it's just guessing which one they're using. Because I'll set up in a tree on top of the rocks.
Yeah.
The first time I had a little 8 come through and I shot out of him.
It's like stair-stepping benches, basically.
Yeah. And so it's like guessing which bench they're going to come on.
Yeah.
And if I'd have been set up on that first tree that I was on that point,
Yeah.
I would have killed that 7 and I would have killed that big deer.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I was on the top one, the deer came through on the bottom one, so I moved down.
You know what's crazy? It's like I've been in that situation a lot where you're like, you walk into the woods and you're like, and they're like, this looks good right here. This is a good trail. And then you like second guess yourself
Yeah.
and you go past it.
Dude, I do that all the time.
And it's like, oh, dude.
It's the most
So,
frustrating thing.
Like if you just, honestly, if I would have just trusted my gut so many times, dude.
Yeah, you would
you
have
know,
had a lot better shot opportunity.
like I would have killed some decent deer, like really big deer actually.
I'd
One
say-
one in South Dakota last year, man. I walked kind of around the point of this field, dropped off in the creek bottom. Nice thick worn down trail coming through. But the day before I was in there in a different spot and had seen some deer moving through this other place. But I came up to that trail and this tree and I was like, this looks pretty money. But I've already got my mind set up on going to the other spot,
Yeah.
And then I can see the spot that I passed is like 80 yards away and I see a huge like 7 or 8 pointer come through.
Gosh.
And like right under that tree.
Yeah, I always feel like
and he was he was the deer that I was in there hunting.
Yeah.
Like I had an encounter with him the first day, and then I think this was the 4th day.
Dang.
And he came right under the tree that I like walked up to and was like, "This looks good. I think I'm gonna climb it." And then I was like, maybe I'll go on a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Dang, dude.
it's happened a few times. More times I care to remember, really, but
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
that's hunting.
TJ?
Though.
I mean, I'll do that too, or I'll wake up and I know what tree I want to go to, and so I start going out there and then start walking, and I'm like, man, I was like, this tree honestly looks better. Like I'll encounter your trail, and I'm like, all right, I was like, I'll set up on this spot, and I was like, but then the tree I was going to set up on that's where the deer were. And I
Yeah,
was like,
exactly. Yep.
come on.
Dude, you know what I started doing? Is every time I get in the woods and I start second guessing myself, I just like stop and I go, I had a plan. I'm going to stick to it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. And then if I find more, evidence that I needed to be somewhere else, then I'll go to that spot. Because like at the beginning of the season, dude, I was second guessing myself every single time I'd go hunt.
Yeah.
I'd literally get set up in the tree and I'm like, I need to move. I'm just like, what the heck am I doing? So honestly, it's been really helpful.
I think the gut feeling, man, like you should probably follow it.
No.
most of the time.
I think so too. But it's just like if I stop, like the moment I stop is the moment I usually just like my mind goes in like 30 different places on what I need to do. And I'm just like, just do something. Like it doesn't matter. Just do something. Just quit standing here.
Yeah.
But
My thing is, I'm not gonna have a shot anyway, so I might as well just set up in the tree and get comfortable.
Might as well enjoy the sunrise.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get hung up on a place and I'm just like, even if I'm not seeing nothing, I just keep going back there. I'm like, I don't know why I keep coming back here, but when you should probably be going.
You ought to think it would be good, but like it's not.
Yeah. I think sometimes we go where we want the deer to be instead of where they actually are.
It's true.
Yeah. No,
I do
that's
that
true.
a lot.
Yep.
I'm like, I can just envision everything that's going to happen here. Sit there 8 times.
And exactly what you envision
And don't
happens, but it's like way off in the distance.
Yeah, or you don't see nothing.
It's in the
Yeah.
thick spot
Yeah.
where the deer are.
Yeah. Dang, dude. Well, dude, I want to jump into this too. You had an opportunity last season to go to Colorado and elk hunt. You also did the same thing this year, but you guys you didn't get one last year, correct?
Nope,
But you got one this year.
we did.
All right, talk to me about this. So how did it go down?
So,
And give me a little backstory too of like who you went with, where you work too.
yeah, so I work at CrossFit Mayhem, which is a big gym in town, owned by Rich Froning. He's, if you know CrossFit.
Is it
you know-
Froning or Froning?
Froning.
Froning. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I got an opportunity to drive the truck and trailer out there to go hunt elk with him, and so I went out there last year.
That honestly cracks me up because like he's like, if I was in his position, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get these college kids driving my truck and camper out there.
I'm a fly out. Yep.
Yeah, so
It's
me
hilarious.
and another guy, it's like 20 hours and 30 minutes to drive from where we were to where we went to.
Gosh.
And so me and another guy drove it last year straight through. Like we just had like a blow up mattress in the back, and so we just take turns. Like I'd be asleep while he's driving, and then we just switch back and forth. And so we got out there. I was not ready for an elk hunt, especially the way that we were hunting elk out there.
Yeah.
Especially with a bunch of CrossFitters. Who
Yeah,
are
so
like,
it's yeah. So,
I mean, you would think a bunch of CrossFitters are.
They're
no, that's
fit.
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like that's like they're getting after it.
Yeah.
no, we were hiking 6 miles a day, and then like
Oh gosh, yeah. We
And it
wouldn't
ain't
hang.
easy hiking
No.
either.
no,
us
it's up
three
and
would
down.
We'd be dead. That's what would happen.
Gone.
Yeah. It would
No.
be terrible.
Yeah, so we're camping out at like 10,000 feet elevation, and I remember setting up camp that first night and laying down in the bed, and I was like, about every third breath, I was like, like just trying to get oxygen because I just wasn't breathing. And so you'd walk like 100 yards and you'd be out of breath, and you're like, why am I so out of breath? But no, it was just rough. You're climbing over logs, climbing under trees,
Yep.
fighting with brush, and you're hunting and you're walking all day, and you stay out there all day. And I didn't see a thing sun up to sundown for 6 days last year. And that just like
Probably wrecked you,
Demoralizing.
yeah.
demoralizing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I was more wrecked than physically. And so
Yeah.
I saw 3 elk last year. We went out to a point one time, and on the other side of the mountain in a little small opening, I saw 3 elk move through like at last light. I was like, oh, cool.
So there is elk here.
They do exist.
Yeah.
we were like through that field that morning, but didn't see a thing. So
Gosh.
yeah, so we drove back. So we drove back into town. They slept in a hotel that night. Me and there's a guy named Sam drove the truck back that night, and so we got back to town about the same time they got back that next day, and it was just rough.
Dang.
So this year, I drove it. Actually, my fiance drove out with me. She wasn't hunting, so she flew back when they flew in, and I drove it back by myself. But we got out there and got set up, and I was a little bit more prepared this year, mentally than anything. Physically, I think I'm in worse shape than I was, but mentally, I was in a better state. Like, okay, we're gonna walk around. We're not gonna see anything. I'm just gonna, enjoy it. I'm out there.
Gonna see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Colorado mountains.
Yeah. No self-service for a week. Like just me and the open air and looking
6 other dudes.
at elk poop and sign. Yeah. And so we go hiking the first 3 days. We're in a spot in this national forest, and we heard that all the elk were up. Like they've been pressured up. They're up high, up high, up high. And so we climbed to like 10-8, and we're hiking around through there, and we really don't see anything for the first 3 days. We actually split up into like groups of 3, and one of the group spooked some elk up there, but that was about it. That was about all the action. And we're at camp, and this truck drives by, and he kind of slows down when he drives by, and then drives off, and we're like, that was weird. He turns around and comes back and pulls into camp, and he goes, I saw the camper. It says Frowning Farms. Is Rich here? And we were like, yeah. And so he meets Rich. He does CrossFit or knows about
Just a
him, and
fan.
pulls up, and he goes, yeah, we're in this spot just like the next unit over on some BLM land. He said we've had 6 encounters in 5 days. He said there are elk all over. Like we could have killed some cow, we could have killed some spikes, like real close.
Dang right. Some good intel,
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, we'll go there. Hadn't heard a thing all week for the first 3 days, and we drove the truck over to that spot, and we parked, and as soon everybody got out and everybody closed the doors, and as soon as we closed the doors, first thing we heard is a bugle.
Nice.
And we were like, oh yeah. And so
Heck yeah.
they were across private, and I guess I didn't realize this, but there is a bunch of public land out west that is landlocked.
Yeah, by private land, and you can't cross.
You can't cross private land. You have no access to that public land unless you get access to walk across from those private.
Exactly. Yeah. There's like this.
So you just have to have like written permission, or
Yeah.
There's this crazy lawsuit going on right now. I don't know if it's still going on, but it was going on with these guys who were out in like, I don't remember the state, Wyoming or like somewhere like that, where they did like corner crossing. So there's like a small strip of private land that like small, very small. Like you could climb over it if you had a way over it. Well, what they did get away over it. They brought a ladder out, and they didn't touch the private land, but they went through the airspace. I'm doing finger quotes here.
Yeah.
And they're getting sued because they crossed through the air on the private land. Yeah. To get over to this public. To get over to this public, yeah.
What the heck?
Well, surely the people that are suing them for crossing, like,
well, they have are
they residents of this?
There's a ranch there, and they like, I guess they elk hunt it or guide elk hunt it, or so it was like this whole like, you know. But it's a really funny story. Yeah, you can. Meat Eater did a special on it. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard the Meat Eater.
It's pretty funny, but yeah, they're literally getting sued.
How would they even know?
What the heck?
The people were watching them do it from the road, and then they like did this. They like harassed them from the road, from the dirt track road or whatever. And I don't know. You'll just have to go listen to it. I'm butchering it,
Dang. So are they gonna like take the bull over in their space to get it out?
I guess if they kill one, yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure, but
so we need a heli.
Yeah,
just kind of.
No, I mean that's the only way you're getting over to that landlocked land, right?
Yeah, and so we joked about that out there. We were like, we're gonna rent a helicopter, and we got to a high point, and I had some self-service, and I was Googling how much a helicopter would cost.
You would think like their wildlife resource agency would try to solve that issue.
I don't know though.
It's a big deal over there. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's controversial because it's like if you own that land that they have to cross, it's like you don't want anybody on your land.
Yeah, I mean I understand that.
Yeah,
but there's no way to access that public land unless you cross their land. And
there's no easement rights.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so it's public land, so you and I own it, but we can't touch it because
it's landlocked.
Yeah.
It's locked in by private.
Unless you had a helicopter.
Yeah.
Or hit the Jack A boys up and shoot us over with that cannon.
How are you going to get back?
We're going to shoot a cannon over to
across a knot.
That's funny.
And so so we were going to go left up on not landlocked public land.
Yeah.
Sure.
But to the right across the private on a hillside, which was public. The hillside was public, but is landlocked. There are like 3 or 4 bulls over there, like 20, 30 cows, and they're going crazy. Like bulls running each other off. They're bugling and stuff. And we're sitting there, we're like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
This is a lot better than last year.
Yeah. And so we end up just like, all right, we can't do anything about it. So we went and hunted. And, we had one bugling close. We thought we were going to have a shot on one the first day on that new spot. I guess that's day 4. And just didn't work out. Heard him walking up and away. We scared him off. And then we went up and sat up on ridges and would watch. And we sat at a wallow for a little bit and saw that there was like a climbing stand there. And there's some elk hide down the bottom. So we'd seen some people killed some elk there. And so we were like, oh, it's a decent spot. But I mean, we walked all over that BLM. And just there were elk out there, and so that's where we went for the next 3 days. And then that last day, we were going to hunt a half day in the morning, and then we were going to go back to camp and pack up and go into town, get a hotel room, shower, eat dinner, and then because they flew out that next morning, so I was going to drop them off and then drive back home. And we start walking, and we go to that wallow again, and we're sitting there, and it's like 11:30, and we're about to take out lunch. Start eating lunch, and we were about to head back probably about 1:30 because we had about 1.5 miles back to the truck. And we're all sitting there, and one of the guys goes, bull. We're like, what? He's like, bull, elk. And he just points. And everybody freezes, and this bull walks out at like 30, 35 yards. And he just looks right up at us, right above the wallow. And we're all sitting on this like hillside right above it and like not moving.
Not prepared at all.
My bows laying next to me on the ground. Like I don't have an arrow knocked, like nothing.
Golly.
And Rich was the only one that had his bow up. He just had his bow up and an arrow knocked for whatever reason. He was sitting there just been holding it.
Yeah.
And
because he knew it was coming.
Man.
Yeah.
Overlooking a wallow, you don't let your guard down, by golly.
Yeah. he was like, just in case. And we were like,
Yeah.
all right, good luck.
Yeah. You're not going to kill anything. No.
I mean, we're all sitting as far as we are apart, just on this hillside, just hanging out. And he was actually watching a football game. The Detroit Lions were playing. We had service on the Wallow, so I think it's part of the reason why we
sat there.
We sat there, and I was watching some Netflix.
Yeah.
And so it was, we were just hanging out. And then as soon as he said bull, everybody kind of like shifted real quick and like froze. And that bull, I don't know if he saw a shift or he was just like checking the wallow out, because we had done some cow calls. We'd raked around the wallow. Like I bugled once or twice, just like
Messing around.
every
basically.
30, 45 minutes just to
See if anything's out there.
You never know. And so we sat there, and for 10 minutes that elk did not move. He'd just like look up, and then he'd like look around, and he'd look back up, and we just all were frozen. Like my heart was beating out of my chest. Everybody's like breathing heavy, and you're like trying not to move.
Yeah.
And the elk turns around like he's gonna walk back where he came from, which Rich didn't have a shot. Maybe a little window that he said he's gonna send an arrow, and then it circled back around. He was at 40, and he shot, and we all went, man, that looked high. And he's like, yeah, it sounded high, and it sounded like it hit a tree, and we were like, oh. He's like, I'm sorry, guys. He's like, I ruined it. He's like, we've been out for a week, and I just missed a shot, one opportunity. And we were like, it's okay, it's okay. And so we wait like 5 minutes, and then we go down, because the elk just takes off running, and he's like crashing through the woods, but it doesn't sound like he's crashing
down.
Yeah, it just sounds
like an elk running through the woods.
Yeah.
Not like crashing. Yeah.
And so we walk down there, and we're looking around, and he finds his arrow, and it is just bright red, covered in blood.
Nice.
And I was like, oh yeah. And so we're like, all right, let's go up. We'll eat. Give him some time. And so we went and ate lunch, got some water.
Watch some Netflix. Finish the
Watch some
Detroit
Netflix.
game.
I bet every
Yeah.
single person at that wallow had their bow in their head for the rest of the time.
Yeah. And so we sat up there for about 30, 45 minutes, and then we started walking up kind of where that elk took off, and we were looking around and like not really seeing any blood for the first like 30, 40 yards. And then we got to a tree, and about chest high, there was like blood splattered on this tree. Like
Nice.
a good little, good mess of blood.
Good
And
spraying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that elk is down. I was like, oh yeah. And so we're walking, and then Rich sees him. He just piled up. He died maybe 80 yards away. Like he just sprinted and I guess crashed. And
Yeah.
Nice.
so it
Man.
was awesome. It was a 5x4.
Dang, dude.
5x4. That's a good one. Was it? So what the shot look like? Double long? Or
Yeah, double lung. It was just high lung.
just high long.
Yeah, he died quick.
Yeah,
but
nice.
you know, with those lung, sometimes they don't bleed a whole lot, and they just
Yep.
fills up in the cavity, and they just
Especially high lung.
yeah.
Yeah, high body shots, cavity shots. They don't really
Yeah,
bleed a
it
ton.
doesn't drain out the bottom. So
Yeah.
so we're like, awesome. And so it takes three of us to like reposition it, and then we start cutting it up. And we got a guy who actually makes the campers. His name's David Curtis. He was out there with us. There's 4 of us CrossFitters, and then David Curtis, and he does
Nice.
CrossFit too. But he's from Colorado. He hunts out there a lot. Like, dude's an animal in the woods. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You're walking through the woods, and he like stops, and he's like, mule deer, and you're like, I would have never seen that. Like,
Yeah.
how in the world did you just find
Yeah.
it? It's insane. But he helped us quarter it up, so we all got a quarter, and we had to walk 1.5 miles back to the truck as the crow flies, though. And so that was honestly the hardest thing I have ever done in my life, was walking my quarter
Pack
out.
outs.
I was miserable.
Yeah. That's what they say, man.
It was so bad, because not only are you have 100 pounds plus your pack on your back, you are fighting the logs, you are fighting
Blowdowns
the
and-
bushes,
Yeah,
you are
your
fighting.
altitude.
I was on my hands and knees crawling at one point, getting under logs, like stepping over these logs. Like it was rough.
I don't know if I could do it.
Type 2 fun right there, by golly.
Yeah. So did you eat any of it?
Yeah. So I got a little bit of it. Once we got back, Rich took it to a processor here in town. Part of it, we left some of it with David because he eats that stuff
Yeah.
a lot. His family likes it, and so. But we got back and we had a little cookout, and Rich prepared it a couple different ways, and it's good.
They say it's really good.
Oh, it's
I haven't had
fast,
elk,
man.
so
It's really good.
have you ate elk before?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, I've never had any.
It's
I
good
haven't either.
stuff, dude.
Made it worth it, but man, that pack out was rough. But I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
So.
that's wild. So how long have you worked at CrossFit Mayhem?
So I started working there like I said, got here in August, and I started working there like December, January. I started help coaching.
Cool.
And so I've been coaching there ever since. I was there full time for a little bit, but then now I'm working somewhere else, and I'm just there part time. So I still coach every day and help with some back end stuff. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Chad, you told me you were starting there.
So eventually, yeah, probably want to try.
Yeah, whenever I feel like it.
Man, I just been like, I've had a lot of health things going on, right? Like within the last couple of months, man. Like I haven't even hardly been able to get in the woods, and it's just a lot going on. So
yeah, we've been super busy too.
I'm on the mend though. Like I'm feeling a lot better right now. I feel like garbage because I didn't sleep hardly at all in the last week. But
yeah,
no, I'm feeling better. I'm gonna start doing. The doctor's got me on steroids right now, so it's perfect time to come in. You know,
Take advantage of that
exactly,
while you're on it.
baby.
Yo, did you guys see that? It finally came out that the Liver Kings on roids.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
Everyone
saw
knew
that.
it.
Everybody was just like, "Wow, we never expected this at all."
Oh yeah.
Just cracked me up, dude. I read some of those emails, man. It was funny.
It was hilarious. I've seen videos of guys that like just saw Liver King in public, and he's like, all right, he goes, flex your abs, and he goes, now relax your abs. He's like, because like I guess if you've had work done on your abs or any muscles, like they stay rigid all the time. That's how like they
No change.
So yeah, and so he's like, I don't have to flex. He's like, just came up with some excuse to not.
Yeah, because of the liver and the things inside the liver.
He made tons of money.
Crap ton.
Yeah, he
crap
did.
ton.
Super famous.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's a good question. Hunter, would you take steroids to make a bunch of money?
Yes. That's an easy yes.
Easy, yes.
Yeah.
Even
Ask
if it
me
came
that
out,
question.
would you?
I'm already taking steroids, bro.
That's funny, dude.
Not even for the money.
No.
No, just to do them.
Just to get rid of this stupid inflammation in my eyeball.
Gosh, that's funny, dude. So you started hunting 3 years ago,
Yeah.
which you started the season before I started.
Yeah, you started 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This
I had,
is your second season.
Second season.
This is your third.
This is my third. Yep. So I started with turkey. It was when COVID hit. I just got fed up and started.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna go because like I mean, you always have buddies who before you started hunting. I'm sure Wes. I don't know about you guys, but like Wes, people were like, yeah, come on out. Like we'll take you, and then it just never happens.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. I said, I'm going out and I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, but something that
Learn on your own.
I would
right?
like to do. I think it'd be a fun hobby and falling in love with it. And I enjoy it.
Was that the main reason you got into hunting? Was just to kind of like have a hobby, or?
Yeah, my dad's hunted a little bit, but with his job, he can't hunt a whole lot, and so I went with him one time, and we've been a couple times now. Since I've started, he'll come down and we'll go, but I normally don't. He didn't hunt a whole lot, so I didn't grow up hunting or anything like that.
I'm about the same way.
Well, what made you get into it, though, is like the question. Was it just buddies talking about it, or was it like the health, that intrigued you, or like the healthy food, or what?
I guess a little bit of all that. Like obviously the healthy food, but the challenge of going out and harvesting an animal and like
And doing it all yourself.
I feel like everybody should have that ability to go out and if you need to gather food for you and
Be
for
able
your
to
family.
provide,
Be able to take care of yourself.
And so I like that. And then obviously like I enjoy like learning about different things. Like I know a little about a lot. And so like learning how deer work, learning how turkey work, why they do what they do, the thermals, the wind, like.
But also,
everything.
you said your time was like freed up, and like you probably just were like
Time to
idle
fill some time.
hands.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
need something to do, and it's like
Yeah, with COVID for sure.
hunting. I'm gonna go hunting.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you see hunting videos and that's always
Yeah.
always
Man.
cool.
I'll tell you, dude. Like COVID, like did a number to get a lot of people in the woods.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's I got to. It's like weird to say it, but like because it's not a good thing, I guess. But like the COVID pandemic is kind of what caused our success, you know, because people were like getting out into the woods more frequently, and it's like, you know, I feel like saddle hunting kind of really took
started
off.
taking off then.
In 2020. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like
which is pretty wild.
That's when like obviously there were a couple other companies out there making saddles, but like that's when we came on, and you know, a couple of our competitors came on.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of correlation there, because it's like the moment people are like, where am I going to buy my food, is the moment other people are going to start trying to come up with solutions too. It's like hunting is...
Well, just morally, man, like the meat you get in the grocery store is just like...
It's terrible, dude.
You know, you don't know.
Yeah, if they saw how it was harvested and how those animals were treated.
Yeah, anti-hunters are a joke, but...
it's the truth.
Especially if they eat meat. You're a hypocrite, and you know, kind of a joke. But no, dude, like commercial farming is terrible.
Not all of it.
Well, most of it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, there's nothing like taking an animal that's lived free for its whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's lived a long life.
And no more. I mean, there's no meat out there that's more nutritious than
venison.
No. Or elk or wild turkey or any wild animal.
And there's always this argument of, well, they'll die of old age out there in the wild, like if you just let them be.
That's gruesome.
And I'm like, that actually doesn't happen. They just get slower than the predators. They eventually get ripped apart.
There has to be
eaten alive
population control. Period.
Yeah, man.
Conservation.
Hunters are the number one conservationists.
Yeah,
or however you would say that.
Yeah, they are.
Because my dad, you know,
Hiker's number 2.
Well, he's 57, and he hunted when he was young. You know,
he probably said there's more deer now.
Oh my gosh, you'd be lucky. I mean, you shot the first thing you seen. Period. Because you would go months, weeks,
without seeing
anything.
Yeah, man, that's like there's a really good podcast from Bear Grease.
Yeah.
It's talking about
back when you could...
I can't remember. Back in like the turn of the century, like early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s, of like
devastated
black bear
population.
Hunting. Yeah, black bear. Like there was market hunting for the bear meat, right? Like,
and for venison, I think.
Well, not so much venison. Like, it's funny because venison wasn't really like
a thing to eat then.
Well, it was.
Fur was probably big.
It was, but it was like when you went hunting, you went bear hunting. You went to go get bear meat, not.
Dude, that's
venison was
still
just
that way today.
Yeah, venison was just like, oh, there's a deer. I'm gonna kill it because we don't see any bear.
Yeah.
You know, but like bear hunting was
essential.
Yeah, bear meat was so much more valuable and prized, and like, you know, obviously back then when you're hunting, like a bear's a bigger animal, so you're yielding more meat and like, you know, but it's a really good podcast that on Bear Grease, that talks about this black man around the turn of the century. I can't remember his name. Holt Collier. Dude, that's a fascinating podcast, man. If you haven't listened to it, you got to. But it talks about that dude killed more bear than Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone combined.
Gosh.
Yeah. Wow. And they're famous for killing bears.
Yeah.
So that tells you how many bears.
And bears are some freaking gnarly creatures.
Yeah, dude.
Joe Rogan talks about them all the time.
I want to kill a bear. Dude, I want to kill a black bear so bad. I can't even stand it, man. With my bow, anyway.
Here in Tennessee?
Anywhere, really.
If
you're listening to this, invite me bear hunting, please.
All of us.
Invite
all of us.
But Chad mainly.
I was walking around.
Oh my gosh!
I was walking around in Colorado with a bear tag. Didn't see anything, but the year before, that first year I went, I wasn't with him, but Rich and the little group he was with that day, they ran into a bear, and they went running.
Was it a black bear or a grizzly?
Black bear. Yeah,
okay.
Where we are, I don't think is grizzly country just yet. Pretty
Where
close.
is there
but
grizzlies in the States?
Wyoming, Colorado,
Washington.
like north of Colorado, like top half of Colorado, and
I'm pretty sure just like almost all the Rocky
Montana,
Mountains.
Great Yellowstone area.
Because they're considerably bigger than a black bear.
Oh, they're
Right?
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're vicious. They do not F around, dude.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to like Kodiak, Alaska.
Dude, when we went to Washington, we were hiking it's like Mount Fremont or something like that. It's like the second tallest or something besides Rainier.
Yeah.
And literally it's like right before you get on the trail, there's just signs of like beware of grizzlies. And then it's like you go up another 150 feet and then there's another sign, beware of more grizzlies. It's just like it just keeps getting worse as you keep going up.
Yeah.
It's the freakiest thing.
Did you hear TWRA finally admitted that there are mountain lion in Tennessee?
Did they really?
I saw that.
It was on the news the other day. Bunch
What?
of trail
As if
cam.
I wasn't scared of the dark enough.
Bunch of trail cam photos. The people are getting trail cam photos of
Mountain lions.
cougars and
A lot of
Yeah.
West Tennessee right now, though, right?
yeah, mainly in West Tennessee, but yeah,
For real.
yeah,
That freaks me out even more.
yeah, because you hunt around
yeah.
Memphis area.
Yeah.
If they come over to these parts, they're going to get run off by coyotes.
Yeah,
Whole
that's
pack
all
of-
too
I'm
many
getting pictures
daggum
of
coyotes
right now.
around right now.
Dude, there's...
Hey, we need to put some trap lines out.
Dude, I was looking at trapping stuff this morning.
I got some. Man. I got
Well, I mean, I got stuff, but I need to re-up on some lures and baits.
yeah.
I got my traps are ready to rock and roll.
So you just
Mine
have
are
to get
too.
the license to trap.
That comes with your sportsman's license.
Wait, does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can legally do it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
She got to get you some trap tags.
Okay.
It
Do you
ain't-
buy those individually?
Yeah. I got some tags. We can tag them.
Well, tell me when, dude. I'll be there.
I mean,
You just go out and
furs,
you set them, and then you look,
Yeah.
Oh, and then you just wait.
come back and check them.
furs.
Oh, okay.
Or you set
Probably
up a trail
getting
cam.
prime here pretty soon. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They start breeding in, what, February?
Yeah.
yeah, January, February, or
Which
something.
the fur market is
Not
been not
what it
basically
used to be.
non-existent for the past few years. I mean, it's just
yeah.
it's like
and
anything
down.
else.
Dang.
I mean,
Too many
cow-
snowflakes out there, by golly.
Southeast coyotes and most southern animals don't really bring a whole lot. There's niche markets that you can do some footwork and get into. You know,
Yeah.
some castor stuff,
Yeah.
beaver stuff. So I mean, you can make money, but you ain't gonna get rich.
It's about being in
I
the
would
woods,
do it.
man.
I would do
It's
it
a
more
woodsman.
for
protecting turkeys and
conservation.
yeah, fawns, turkeys and fawns,
Right.
poults and fawns.
Right.
I'd really like a coyote hoodie with its head still on.
Oh, we could do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
we'll get you one made up.
Dances with the oats.
Dances with you. We got a whole bunch of sewing machines upstairs. We could sew you one up.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Dude, we could start lining saddles with coyote furs.
That's what I was about to say. Put a little coyote on the saddles and
A little seat warmer, by golly.
yeah.
It would be.
Yeah,
Southeast coyote.
stinky one. Gosh, coyotes stink, bro.
They do stink.
Every daggum one I've ever killed is the stinkiest dog.
Yeah. You need to get on there and watch them guys like trap some in like Kansas, Oklahoma, some of them
Yeah.
coyotes
Big
when they're
boys.
like prime. Man, their fur, man, they're
They're
beautiful.
nasty.
They're beautiful.
Well, they are beautiful, but I'm saying the ones here are freaking nasty. dude.
Oh, yeah, these are like mangy dirtbag coyotes.
Yeah.
Bad coyote, bunch of douchebags.
Yeah. Like out there, they hunt them with like 300
Yeah.
mags and stuff.
Oh,
When they
jeez.
hit them, they're just like fur that just.
Dude, the videos I like watching are the thermal cameras
Yeah.
where there's just like 100 of them, and then you just hear.
I'll tell you the videos I like watching is the decoy dogging. Guys
What's
get
that?
like the dogs and train them
Hey,
to go out there and they just like annoy the coyotes and they fall. They just like
they,
back
they
and forth.
they bring the coyotes.
Dude, they
will
like
pack up and chase the dog.
What?
And then the
yeah.
dog brings the pack of coyotes
Dude,
back to
you
the.
gotta watch it. Big Paul Doggin. Look him
Big
up on.
paw dogging.
Yeah, he's from like Arkansas, I think. But dude, he's got, from what I've seen, he's got some of the best dogs on YouTube.
Hey, Alex DeBoard is a big time coyote hunter, man.
Yeah,
We could
talk
go.
about it,
shoot.
guys. I
They're
don't know if
coming.
they
They're
have
coming
dogs.
up, but
Dude, we can put him on some coyotes.
I'll tell him to bring his gear, and we'll go out one night and shoot some
Dude, that'd be
coyotes.
fun.
But you can't shoot him at night in Tennessee.
Oh, that's right. You can do it at where he's at. Maybe
Yeah,
we need to go to Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
dude,
dumb, dude. Why did they not change that?
This is the same thing
Tennessee's
with
kind
pigs.
of Tennessee's strict on a lot of stuff.
I know it, man.
But
Stupid.
I typically always hunt them the same way I hunt deer.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, just first
Yep.
thing in the morning.
Every coyote I've ever killed was first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
First.
The last
couple-
one I
first-
killed, literally, we sit there and hit the call, and we didn't. I mean, literally was there like 2 minutes. Poop, right on the hill.
Dang.
And the guy I took, it was the first time he'd ever been, and he's laid out there like dinner on the ground, gun like, you know,
Not even his
I'm
hand.
like this thing just appears, and I'm like, right in front of you. He's like, where? I'm like, right in front of you. And he was like, I can't get my gun up. It's gonna see me. Just shoot it. Boom. And he's like, shoot it. Boom. Dude, I
Laid
shot the
into
third
it.
time, and he's like, okay, I think she's dead. I'm like,
Well, put a third one in just to
bro,
make sure.
I don't. Mm-mm.
I got that permission to hunt that property right by my house in the neighborhood. And the landowner was like, we got a bunch of coyotes around here. Like, you know, you can hunt. I don't care. But, like, kill all the coyotes you can, right? Well, that season I had killed I killed 4 coyotes with my bow. But the first one I killed, the first encounter I had, was like, I got in late because I wanted to scout my way in a little bit and
Yeah.
try to figure out, like, where to set up and stuff. And I actually had a huge buck, like, walk 15 yards from me at the base of this tree. And I'm like, seems like a good spot. I think I'll climb up this tree. I sit my stuff down, dude. And next thing I know, there's like a down tree in front of me. I see a coyote pop up on it and walk like straight up this tree and then like climb down the branches and then get to like 8 yards from me. And I like give it the old Texas heart shot through the chest. And like, you know, it's super
Damn,
cool.
right
That's the
there.
coolest coyote kill I've ever had. But I mean, like
Yeah, I haven't killed one
8
yet.
yards on the
I mean,
ground
just
with my
imagine
bow.
this backdrop with like fox and bobcat and coyotes spread out on it like in them old pictures.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I love looking at them old pictures. There's, man, I can't think of this dude's name, and some guy in New York that's like the coyote god
A
almost.
whisper.
Yeah. Like their season is literally like 2 weeks long
Mm-hmm.
that you can trap coyotes. His record is like 134.
Dadgummit, son.
Crap, dude.
Yeah, but he runs like
250 traps.
12 dozen traps.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's crazy. He has like classes and stuff. Like you can go up there and like spend a week with him. He'll teach you how to do certain sets.
It's not that easy, man. I've tried it for 2 years and I haven't trapped a coyote yet.
I mean, I've never trapped anything. Like I got all trapping crazy and bought all the stuff, and then the juice just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
But me and Chad touched on it, and I think if we ever like
If
start
we ever actually start
catch
trapping
one,
them,
I think that will like
be hooked.
the bug will be on.
Will bite us, yeah.
Mhm.
Gosh.
And I got a guy here locally that I know through work that he's a really good trapper, and his uncle's like a really, really good trapper, like a known trapper.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Oh.
dude, anytime you want to,
Learn the ropes.
yeah. Because, I mean, there's tons of different sets, ain't there, Chad?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, I dove down that rabbit hole for sure.
And it, I mean, like, it's a legit issue. We don't have enough people trapping.
No, it's because the fur market. If they would, you know, it's a huge deal for like that's why our turkey populations and stuff like that are
Dwindling.
doing. You know, they're not great because
Well, I mean-
nobody's coon hunting anymore. Nobody's coyote hunting.
Snaring.
Nobody's snaring. Yeah, nobody. You know, all these ground predators are just destroying turkeys.
Dang. It's almost
And-
becoming like a lost trade.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it really is.
Yeah.
Dang.
But they have like these conventions, like they have trade shows. They have
Mm.
like these, I guess you could call them trade shows for trapping. I mean, all the top vendors and brands are always there, and they always have like these live courses. I mean, that's something that we might need to check out.
Yeah.
I'd be down. That'd be a lot of fun.
Dude,
Just another way to get in the woods.
Like-
Yeah.
you see them pictures like of them old trapper dudes, and they got like,
Yeah,
all their kills from that year, like on the barn, and they're like kneeled down in front of it. Dude, those dudes.
Pretty BA, isn't it?
They really are.
We did that at the CRÜZR headquarters. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Can you
Cool.
can you trap year round?
You can.
Yeah.
So you can trap. Legally, you got to have a catch pole. So if you do catch like a bobcat out of season or whatever, you got to be able to release it.
Yeah.
But in the state of Tennessee, coyote you can trap year round, and as of this year, coon and possum
Yeah.
year round.
Yep.
Of course, there's season on fox and bobcat
Yeah.
and probably beaver. I think
You can hunt
Yeah, I think
skunk
there's-
year round.
yeah
The striped skunk you can hunt year round.
I
yeah
didn't even know that was a game animal.
skunk.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they got some of the. Have you ever seen like a spotted skunk?
No, I don't
Dude,
think
they're
so.
Got
really
a
pretty.
beautiful coat. Yeah.
They smell terrible though.
I mean, dude, you
I
clean.
mean, you smell terrible after not showering for a week. Ask
Hey,
me how I
man.
know, bro.
Hey man. Hey man.
But what I was saying about the niche markets, and like if you wanted to get into it to make a little bit of money, like there's like markets like where you can get like maybe there's a guy that's buying 2-stripe skunks
Yeah.
or whatever. So
That's
pretty
wild.
neat.
Well, dude, speaking of dogs, trying to convince Stacia to let me get a hunting dog.
I got
How's
a
that
dog.
working out for you?
Not good.
Let me tell you something. We just got a puppy.
You still got it?
Yeah.
Well, every time
Can't
I
get
talk
rid of
to
it
you,
now, but I'm like,
you either love it or you're ready to give it to
I'm ready
somebody.
I'm ready to give her away, but I'm just got too much going
So
on.
we're in a valley right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
She's
She's cute as a button.
Irish setter poodle mix, but full like no toy. She gonna be a
Setter
big
doodle.
dog.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a big dog. She's beautiful. She's a sweet little dog, but like she's a nervous peer. So like
Oh
anytime
my
like she
gosh.
just pees and I'm like
You just wanna choke
doing
her.
everything not to like scoop you up and punch you out the door. You know?
Why is everything crossed with a poodle?
Hypoallergenic and they don't shed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you right now, if I had a dog that shed,
Would not
Well,
be in your house.
I wouldn't have a dog that shed.
Yeah.
I just got a puppy.
Did you?
Yeah, like 3 months ago,
Yeah.
and so I got a little black lab, and
Oh,
Perfect.
I got a female black lab, so
that's what yeah. And so she's 6 months old a couple days ago, and
Teaching
she's
her how to fetch.
trying to. She enjoys it.
shoot, they're smart dogs, man.
Yeah.
She's so smart, kind of. She's an idiot.
She'll get there.
but she's super sweet, but man, she just
Dude, mine's
Wow.
5 years old and she still acts like a puppy.
really.
Dusty's got his dog. He's got a yellow lab. Dude, she's like 16.
Dude,
Can't believe she's
labs,
still alive,
labs
man.
in my eyes
Gosh.
are the best dogs, period.
Oh, she's so sweet,
Dude,
Yeah.
I love them, but like the shedding hair.
Well, mine ain't inside.
Well, okay, then there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Problem solved.
she was inside when we first got her, she was inside for like 2 weeks. And we kept her in the bathroom while we were at work. And she chewed the baseboard up. That was it.
Nope, not a
So
nair, no.
I told my wife now, but not at the time. I said,
Your other wife at the time?
no. I said, any awry thing, and she's out.
Yeah.
I hated to do it, but golly.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bought a little pen for her outside. Or actually, my fiance's dad had a pen from where they had a dog, and we keep her outside most of the day. And then at night she comes inside and she stays in a kennel.
That's how. If it's real cold outside, I just open the laundry room and let her stay in the mud room.
Yeah.
But she don't, like after a week or two
She's
being
5 years
outside,
old now.
she wouldn't come inside. She'd rather be outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She's a dog.
yeah, she stays at my fiance's house. We'll get married in April, and I'll move in with her. But for right now, yeah, she stays over there and just stays inside. We don't have it's not a big spot, so we can't just let her
Run
out.
around
Yeah.
willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a blue tick coonhound.
There you go.
Gosh.
Good luck.
Have you ever been coon
Look,
hunting?
look here, Hank
Mhm.
Williams. All right.
You've never
Hey.
been coon hunting?
No, dude.
All right, we'll go.
I just started hunting 2 years ago.
Dude, that's
It's pretty fun.
oh, dude, it is so much fun.
I got a spot with coons.
And
I've never
you're
been.
and you're scared of the dark, but you like coon
Dude, you got like huge lights,
hunting. Yeah.
and you're with buddies.
and you're with
You're
a
with
bunch
buddies.
of people. So.
I've had some pretty crazy encounters coon hunting, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I used to coon hunt 4 or 5 nights a week in high school.
Golly, dude. That is not what I did in high school.
No, me neither.
I always thought it was a really stupid concept. I'm like, this sounds kind of dumb. I worked at Lowe's at the time. There's this dude that's a huge coon hunter, and he
Yeah.
begged me to go. And I went out there close out to where your parents live. Dude, it was pouring the rain, lost my phone. I
You were
swear,
like, this
I
is
swear
dumb.
I'd never go again. The next week, I bought a dog.
Did you really?
Yeah, for like $60. And I ended up training that thing, and that was the only coon dog that I ever had. I've had a bunch of coon dogs, but he was the only one that ever made a coon dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
What do they just tree them? They just pick up a trail and
Yeah.
track them and
There
tree them.
used to be like they used to do like I don't know if it was tournament or like
Yeah, they still
coon
do.
hunts or whatever.
Oh yeah, they
out there on
have
Coon Hunt
world-
Road.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
Remember they had the clubhouse there
yeah,
and they would
Baxter still has the meat hunts.
do they?
Yeah.
That's cool. I remember that from when I was a kid, but anyway.
We got a lot of stuff that deer season keeps going the way it's going. We're fixing to
We're
go
about
on
to
some
do others.
some
We're about
new
to move
endeavors.
along.
About to be trapping and coon hunting, by golly.
I'm about to make everybody mad on the lease. I'm gonna go out to those ponds out there and try and
kill some ducks.
duck hunt.
Let
a
me
little
know.
bit.
I'll go with you.
Man, I duck hunted for the first time last year, and it is so much fun.
That's
So,
what
yeah,
everybody
we're going
says.
to. Me and Wesley are going to. Well, I don't know if you're still going with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy of mine booked us a blind at Reelfoot Lake, so
That'll be a good time. I had I had some friends go to Reelfoot last weekend,
the
and they were a whole mess.
what's her name?
The Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him post that picture,
Yeah.
dude. Holy crap, that's a lot of ducks.
So many ducks.
Yeah.
Dang.
You get them in a saddle.
We
His
do.
son hunts pretty hard.
I think Jake does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Had to reach
he's
out
at
to him.
UTK right now. So I don't know if he's got a spot out there. Or
Yeah.
if there's some
Probably
public
not.
land around there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but I don't know, man. East Tennessee's pretty tough for whitetail, from what I hear.
A lot of mountains.
I mean, don't ask Patrick Paysinger. He killed a 180-something inch giant on his farm. But
Dang.
anyway,
Well, cool guys. TJ, what's your plugs? What's your Instagram?
TJ.Carver9
9.
on Instagram. Yep.
Do you got a Facebook or anything like that?
Yep. TJ Carver.
Tj Carver.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
You do any like online classes for CrossFit Mayhem where people can take them, or should they just come into CrossFit Mayhem if they're in town?
if you're in town, yeah, coming across at Mayhem. It's the mecca for CrossFit.
Yeah.
If you're looking for any workout programming, Mayhem Athlete.
Okay.
We got programming, so you can go subscribe to that.
Sick.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, appreciate you guys joining the podcast. Hunter, it's a pleasure as always. Chad, thank you. TJ, thanks for coming on, man. Everybody for listening, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.